Okay. Okay, I'm here with Diana Gallagher and Lydia Walega, both Hillsborough members. Diana, I believe you've been a member for about a year and a half, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
A year and a half.
And Lydia, interestingly enough, joined us in 2015, but didn't really join us until 2018. Is that
Yep.
right?
Yep. Yep. That's
Okay.
true.
Okay. And Diana, when you're in the location in Hillsborough, what class time do you come to?
I always do the 4 o'clock right after work.
And Lydia?
Well, I usually come 6, 9:30, 4, 6 p.m., depending on my day. But I'm signed up for the 6, but usually I come every day. It depends on my schedule. That's the
So
beauty.
now, one of the things I know, like Diana, you have formed tons of friendships and relationships with people in your class because that's when you come. Um, and that's a huge part of what draws you to show up each and every day when we're open, right?
Yes. Yep.
Now, Lydia, being that you come to multiple classes, do you still have that same connection to people?
Yes. I have friends in every class that I know
That's
of.
awesome. I like that.
Either whether it's my neighbor or anybody that I met through the Max. Yeah.
That's right. You do have tons of your neighbors are actually in there.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Okay, so Diana, just let's start with you. Can you tell me what originally brought you, like a little bit about you and then what brought you to the Max originally?
Okay. So I am an elementary school teacher. I've been teaching kindergarten through second grade. This year I've taught kindergarten. And I've always worked out I don't want to say my entire life. I've always had a weight issue up until college. And then I moved actually to Costa Rica to live there for a few years to teach. And I learned that if you move your body, you can lose weight. It took a long time for me to realize that. But I've always had issues like you just kind of work out, lose weight, and then it kind of comes back. And my really good friend, Lena, who is also a teacher with me and a member at Hillsborough Max, I've noticed that at the end of the school year, she started just getting her body changing. And I asked her what it was. And she said it was the Max. She said, give it a shot if you want to try it out. We came back after summer vacation. And in September, her body looked amazing. So I told her I want in on that. So finally, I tried it out, and this is the thing that it's been a year and a half, and it's been amazing. So Lena is the one that got me started, and it's just been such a life changer right now. So.
That's awesome. I'm going to ask you to Lydia, tell us the same thing, a little bit about you and what originally brought you to the Max and then what happened that it took 2 years to come back.
Right. So I am friends with Jenny Macias, and I noticed a huge change in her when she joined the Max, and I asked her what she did, and she told me, and I was also I worked out most of my life in terms of going to the gym, trying to stay healthy. Then I stopped for a while because I had a car accident with my back surgery. So after I recovered from that, I saw a change in her. So I went to a 5 a.m. class with her. Actually, it was actually on Amarillo Road at the time. And I was like, oh my God, this is great. And I joined. And then unfortunately, I had another accident, which I had to have a neck surgery. Long story short, so I stopped for a couple of years. I was nervous coming back. I noticed a huge change in how I felt. So lo and behold, I was told that I needed hip replacement. And that was April, 2 years ago. And I was like, well, I have to get in shape before I go and have surgery. So I joined again. And that was the best thing I ever did because it prepared me for surgery. And in October, I had the surgery. And after the surgery, I came back 2 months later, like not full swing. And it was amazing because people at the Max don't judge you, and you do you do what you can for yourself. And I've been going ever since, most of the time on now than off. And I continue doing it, whether it's at home or in class. So that's how I got joined, and I love it.
Awesome. And it's what's interesting about the two of you is that Lydia, I know because of all the different surgeries that you've had and things that have come up along the way, that you have tons of modifications that you need to do each and every time you work out.
You know, and that's the best thing because I modify the way I can do it for myself. So, you know, even after hip surgery, I'm not 100%, and but I still come because, you know, I just do whatever I have to do because if I don't, I feel worse. I feel worse not moving. You
Mhm.
have to move in order to, you know, go on a daily routine that you have to do. So
Right.
the max is like an addiction. It's like if I miss one day, I feel bad.
And what in comparison, Diana, I don't know that you've really ever had to modify, right?
Started, I thought I was in, I don't want to say decent shape, but I thought I could follow along. And I have to be honest, that first week I couldn't breathe. I thought I was going to throw up after 10 minutes of warm up. You know, how many times did I ask you, Laura, like, how can I be so out of breath during a warm up? Like, it's not even the actual workout, and I want to throw up after the warm up. But as I got used to it, I didn't really need the modification, but what I really enjoyed was you guys would now step it up. You know, you always said, okay, then level 2, and I'd be like, there's a level 2? Like, I didn't know about the Superman jumping jacks. I mean, they're like, all right, if jumping jacks are okay, try Superman jumping jacks. And I'm like, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. So I think there's just a level for everyone. And like Lydia said, the best thing about the max is you don't ever feel judged. Like, I don't feel like, oh, people are going to think I'm doing, you know, something more because I can, you know, like it's just you do what you can for yourself and you feel very comfortable doing it, I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm curious for both of you, think about for a second, um, what is something about yourself that surprised you, that you found out that you were surprised you either had the ability to do or that you just, you know, something that you learned about you in this journey, something that may have surprised you. Diana, do you have something right away?
Yeah, actually, so with, you know, my life fitness, I didn't realize that I can enjoy eating good food, like healthy food. So I think a big part of our challenge in life for a lot of us is food. It tastes so good, and the more we have it in the wrong way, it's so bad for us. And I think that's what my issue was. But I didn't realize that you can actually enjoy food and have a healthy lifestyle with healthy food. I mean, I was shocked. I've never had like my entire life. I'm up to this point with the max. I've never tried to, you know, change my diet really. And I learned it's shocking that I can actually enjoy good healthy food, and now it's a lifestyle. It's not a diet. It's my life now.
Awesome.
So I was really shocked that I could change my lifestyle with food.
Awesome. Awesome. And your family too, right?
Oh, I'm trying. Yep, yeah,
Certainly.
a little bit. Yep,
Yeah.
like the spinach and the shapes are green blueberries. So, so I am. Yeah, they're starting to.
Good, good. Lydia, what about you? What have you learned about you? What has surprised you?
I've learned that there's other ways of exercise that you, other than the elliptical or the treadmill or, you know, the same routine thing. And I've noticed, even though I don't really follow nutrition, that's what I'm still working on. Your body changes with the max because you start off like really at your own pace. You don't have to do what everybody else does, and if you're doing it wrong, people are showing you how to do it. So my thing that I learned about myself, that I could actually do a 2-minute plank at one point, which I never did in my entire life, and that you can modify and still get an amazing workout. Like every time I finish, I'm drenched and,
Right.
and I feel amazing. So people who want to join, they shouldn't be afraid because it's all body types in there, you know, and it's not just the size 2 person coming in and showing off. It's everyone there. Everyone's old, everybody, all different ages. My son joined, you know, and he likes it, and it's just, I wish that the rest of my family would join, but I'm still working on that. So
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah.
What would you say, Lydia, was your, I guess, your biggest obstacle to overcome?
My biggest obstacle was the nutrition part. You know, I'm still working
Okay.
on it. I have a big family, so, and we cook every day, and it's hard to change that for everyone. But I'll get there, small steps, usually, I feel great. Thankfully my whole, cholesterol, everything else is really good. So I still going to work on the nutrition, hopefully during the summer a little bit better.
Okay.
But that's the only thing that I struggle with.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah.
Okay. Diana, what about you? What's been your biggest obstacle?
I'm going to actually agree with Lydia too. I think it is the nutrition. I think, it's such a huge life change, like to change your food that you've been used to cooking and eating. I think it is still the biggest challenge. However, I feel like the Max, how it's designed, it's doable. So I always seen like crazy diets and cleanses and, you can't eat this, but you could eat that. You can eat this, you can eat that. I think a lot of the other diets, they're almost impossible, but I feel like with the Max, it is possible, but that still has been my biggest obstacle, just to, it's so tempting to eat the bad carbs, and but I think, the way it's designed, it is still doable, but it is work. Like if you want it, you have to work for it. It's not going to be, no one's just going to give you a plate of, all the good food, but I think I agree with Lydia. That's my biggest challenge still, but getting better at it, I think, because the Max,
probably most people agree with that.
Yeah.
It is, right? What you do for 45 minutes can't be compared to what you have to do for the other 23 hours of the day, where, no one's telling you exactly what to do and guiding you through the path like
Right.
they do in a class, right?
Yep.
So little accountability on ourselves.
Right.
Obviously, like, I've watched both of you work out. I've worked out alongside both of you. I know how hard and how intense both of you are. You give your 100% every single time, with a modification, without a modification, without a doubt. And both of you, like, I'm looking at you both right now, you have little smiles on your face. You're always probably like two of the most positive people ever to walk in our doors. And always, no matter what you've had to deal with outside, and no matter what's going on in your day, you can set that to the side for that 45 minutes when you come to class, to boost others, to allow yourself that break. So I'm curious, when you don't have that ability to walk away from your home, right, like right now, how have you adjusted to your virtual workout? Are you still able to keep that positivity, and how did you make that adjustment? Diana?
So I think in the beginning, the first week was definitely tough because for me, working out in front of a screen was a little silly. Like, to me, that was very uncomfortable. I enjoy people, and so putting on a YouTube video in front of my family even, and jumping around and doing it was very silly to me. And so when the Zoom classes started coming up, I said, oh, why not? Like, the Max always teaches us to step out of our comfort box. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to try out this live Zoom class and see how it goes. And I loved it. I mean, it gave me a chance to see other people and realize these people are doing the same exact thing that I want to do. Like, they want to work out. We're not at the gym. We're not at the center, and we just want to work out. So it's the Zoom classes that actually got me motivated. And I could see people live and know that we are all doing the same thing because we want to do it. And now, like, I'm sure if anyone comes into the 4 o'clock class, you'll see my kids jumping around in the background, or their faces up to the screen. Or sometimes I take it outside now because the weather has gotten so nice. And that was another silly thing too. I have neighbors and people driving by on my driveway, but it's just like, part of my daily life now. And I think it's one of my favorite times. Like, we've been home, the past 3 months. And so for that 45 minutes of being outside has been my saving grace. It is now part of my day. And if I don't do it, it doesn't feel good, so I really appreciate that the Max has the Zoom classes and now, like, the YouTube videos, they're not so silly anymore. So now, like, I can pop one on and not feel so weird doing it in front of my husband or kids. But I think the Zoom classes really has helped me. That's
That's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks. Lydia, I'm going to ask you the same thing.
So originally when we all went into quarantine, I actually said, I can't do it. I have to, cancel my membership. And I did. And then like a few weeks went by, I'm like, you have to put me back on because I have to do it. So I think the Zoom classes do help. The virtual classes, like you said, that you feel you're still part of the group, even though you don't see them in person. But, you see how everybody else is working so hard, and then it makes you want to even work harder. Unfortunately, in the next week, I start work. So I'm probably most likely, I want to stick with the Zoom. So I'm probably going to switch over. I think this is 6:30 p.m. If not, then I'm going to have to do the virtual one. But you see how many people are on, you're like, oh my God. And all the life changers are such motivational. You guys all motivate us, and Zoom, I know it's weird how you don't think you're there, but you're still there. That's how I felt. Like, I feel it's like still a family that we're all part of. So, and most people don't do it unless they want to do it. It's
Right.
like, and I took it outside a couple of times too, and it was great. Thankfully I don't have neighbors to watch me. So, but it's, the weather has been really nice. So we've been trying to take it outside too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. So even through all this, when it's easy to not be so positive about it, and you guys still keep it. Like, that's so cool that you've really maintained
I like it a
that
lot.
positive mentality. I love it. All right, last question. What advice do you have for somebody just starting the program? Whether they're going to be starting, well, at this point, if they're just starting, it's going to be virtual for them. So what's your advice? How can they feel that connection as a brand new person who doesn't know any face that's on that screen? Diana?
So I think, that's a big challenge, because when we first started, we actually had human interaction.
Right.
And I don't think it would have been so easy. My 4:30 crew at Hillsborough is such an amazing crowd. I've never thought that I could feel a connection with people I work out with. And it's been amazing. Now, like the people I've met at the Max, these are now my friends, and these are people that I will cherish for the rest of my life, and we have this connection. So for someone new coming in, I know it's a bit of a challenge. I think my advice would be really trust yourself and know that you can do this. And I know it's sometimes hard to, you see slogans everywhere like believe in yourself, trust yourself. And sometimes you're kind of like, I don't really know what that means, because I don't know what I can do. Like, what can myself do? But I think people who are starting new, just know that it works. It works for so many different people. Lydia and I, we have such different lives, but the Max works because of the community that it builds, the program that it's built. And I think that people just need to really know that they can do it. Like, you can do it. Like, you just put the trust in yourself. And if it feels uncomfortable, it's okay. And I think that's something that I learned too with the Max. Things just feel really weird and uncomfortable. It's okay. Like, I think that's okay for life. And so even if it feels weird doing the virtual classes, or weird being in a Zoom class, or weird eating this weird food, there's so many weird foods that I've tried, but I now enjoy. So I think just believe and trust in yourself that you can do it, and that the rest of us are here supporting them. Even though we're not physically there, we're all doing this for the same reason, because we actually want to do it. It's not we have to do it or we should do it. It's because we all want to do it, and they need to believe that we're all here for them. So just trust yourself that you can do this.
Awesome. Lydia?
My advice to new members is, no matter how old you are, no matter what obstacles you have in your life, no matter what shape you're in, no matter what weight you're on, no matter what, you start off at your own pace, and you'll get there, whether it takes you a year, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, but you'll see a change in your body regardless, whether even if you follow nutrition or not. But then you press the reset button. I've pressed the reset button many times with nutrition, and nobody's here to judge you. Nobody. And it's really nice to know, whether it's virtually or in class, that you'll see that not, like I said before, not everybody's there, just because they're want to show off to everybody. Everybody's there for a reason, whether it's medically, whether it's they have to change their diet, whatever reason it is, everybody's here to support you. And the best part of it too is Our Place. Our Place is on Facebook. You can go on it. You can say whatever you want. You can post GIFs or whatever you want to call them. And everybody's there to support you no matter what you want to, accomplish. So join and you'll love it. It's amazing. This is the best gym membership I ever invested in.
Awesome. You've invested in you, not just in the
Yes.
membership.
Yes.
You've invested in you. Ladies, thank you so much for taking time to share your experiences and your thoughts with everybody. I'm sure somebody's going to benefit from your advice. So
Thank
you very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thank you
You guys
so
are
much.
awesome.